Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning into this episode of the BradicalRadical Show. I'm your host, Bradley, and today we're continuing 60 Seconds. And hopefully we'll get a somewhat decent ending this time and not die a horrible death like we have in the previous times. So this is something new. I noticed that you can actually change from playing as Ted to Dolores. And during a test run, I think it might actually be easier to play as Dolores. She might be skinnier, so less likely to bump into things. We shall give it a try. The gas mask! Oh, bye-bye. Getting right into it. Okay, I see Timmy. I see... Okay. Go for a little Timmy first. Oh. It's not clicked in the game. Oh no! Crap. Big crap. Alright. We lost precious seconds because I wasn't in the game. To the shelter! That's not the shelter, that's the laundry room. That will not... Oh. I clicked out of the game. Again.
Off a great start.
Always off to a good start. Oh, what happened? Oh, did I exit the menu? Oh god. Oh god, it's a train wreck. 60 parsecs. We'll play that later. Alright then. Let's give that another go. Hopefully we won't destroy our family this time. What would that be like in their universe? Sorry guys, Dolores had a moment of dementia and she didn't have control of her body for a little while. Oh, Timmy, you're still my man. You're still the first to get got. Why do you have a picture of a military turtle giving a thumbs up? Timmy, I have questions. Oh, good. Look at that! Look at that! Dolores, grab more. Perfect. That. Dolores, please grab things. Oh, that's first aid kit. I should grab that. Drop the stuff! Oh no! Oh no! I'm coming, family. I'm doing my best. Oh boy. Well, Ted. Sorry, bud, but I don't think I could save you. Oh god, that was close. I'm sorry, Ted. Ted didn't make it. Welp. I think that's the first time we didn't save everyone. So maybe I'm better at playing as Ted than Dolores. Oh boy. Well, kids, it's just your mother now. It's one less mouth to feed. We'll be fine. Day 1. So here we are. The three of us are safe and sound. At least we got something new in the journal. We just need to make it work from now on. We really wish it was 4 of us. We vaguely remember stashing some things in the shelter because there was no room for them upstairs. Turns out being messy can really work in your favor. Plus 1 medkit. Shelves are full of cans, refill cans, yada yada yada. We have plenty of water. We actually do have a decent amount of supplies. For once. We've always wanted to throw a party with a huge cake. For some reason it never worked out. It never worked. One time we were promised a great cake and it turned out it was a lot. Yeah? We doing that reference? Alright. That was a disappointment. We weren't glad. That was a disappointment. We weren't... That's a weirdly worded sentence. We're definitely getting a cake when the radioactive clouds are gone. Alright then. Make sure Audacity's still going. Yeah, we're still good. Alright, day 2. We can make it work. Even in Toronto. Nobody ever Right up Toronto. Alright. And y'all still don't know your geography. An expedition tomorrow? Sure, why not? We are not alone. There's a huge, hairy bunny beast that seems to be hiding in one of the pipes. It's been poking its head out, eyeing our measly food stash. We can't let it get to it. We can't let it be in here when we sleep! Let's shoot it. I heard a pop. And you broke the gun. Good job, family. Ted wouldn't have broken it. Our cans are saved. Too bad for the hair unit. Guess we're still top of the food chain. Good for us. Damn, our gun blew up when we tried to shoot the thing. Water is what Mary Jane needs right now. Timmy doesn't need much, but he should drink it. And if there's one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. Fine, y'all can have some water. Thirsty individuals. I don't know where I was going with that joke. We need to make a choice for today's expedition. Let's send little Timmy out into the dangers of the wasteland. And we'll send him with a flashlight. Why not? Good luck, little Timmy. He probably won't die. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Dolores is quite calm given the situation. You mean the situation of sending her only son out into the radioactive wasteland? Ever since we jumped into our fallout shelter, we've been wondering about the other door in the shelter. Should it even be here? Where does it lead? It's high time we checked it out. And I gave Timmy the flashlight, so we can't open the door. Oh, crap. I mean, probably a good thing, right? Probably be some mutants in there, or something that would kill us all. Day 5. Some things are better left untouched and unknown. Whatever is behind that door will have to stay there. He also stacked some furniture against it, just to be sure nothing and no one comes through them. Where did you get the furniture for it? Mary Jane seems fine today. Hopefully it will stay that way. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope it will stay this way. Yeah, it's because Ted's not here. She finally got rid of him. She finally was able to enact her master plan of causing an apocalypse, which would eventually lead to Ted's death. You maniacs, you blew it up. Ah, damn you. Damn you all to hell. That's something we should have told our neighbors when they blew up their barbecue last spring. Those were good times, even if they wasted perfectly good barbecue. Day 6, still no sign of little Timmy. What we make of today will be our tomorrow, so let's make it right. And you're all thirsty. Timmy, you coming back anytime, bud? We could have sworn the huge puddle of water wasn't there. And there goes another one. Oh damn it, we're getting flooded. Let's grab some of our supplies before they start floating. And all we can save is the radio, because that's all we have. See, it's good not to have a lot of things. Save more stuff. The radio was rescued first before any of that filthy liquid got into its case. It wasn't long before most of the water disappeared, but the damage it done was enough to upset us. Cleaning and fixing this mess will take us days. And what's that smell? And everybody's good. But it sounds like you're all hungry. I'll feed you the copious amounts of soup we have. Where did that green puddle come from? Oh dear, our pipe is leaking green goo. That's not good. That's not good at all. We need to act now. And no one packed them up. What do we do? Well, nothing, because we don't have anything. Maybe we'll grow third arms from it. We couldn't figure it out. So we just assumed that's what a regular pipe would do in the event of a nuclear apocalypse and decided to ignore it. Good survival strategy. Don't understand it? Let's just ignore it. We don't talk about things that don't exist. We've been feeling a bit funny today. Probably no connection to the pipe. None whatsoever. You know, you're really not selling me on keeping this family alive with their attitude. Wish we could just leave. Sitting down here with barely anything to do is driving us crazy. Well, maybe you're already crazy. Timmy, you've returned and you're horribly malnourished. Timmy, where'd you get all that water? Still, it's better to be safe down here than dead up there. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland as safe with us. Plus one flashlight. We spotted an unknown group of people scavenging in our neighborhood. They had a lot of bags and backpacks. Too many, even. They were really busy and didn't notice when one of their backpacks went missing. With little help from us. Timmy, you thief! You horrible, horrible thief! Lucky fine. There were some cans inside. Oh, it's soup. Of course it's soup. What else would it be? Sound of glass hitting glass while running with a backpack could mean only one thing. Water. Water is what Mary Jane needs most right now. Timmy's diet needs food. It's today or never. Timmy is really tired. We'll give everybody some everything. It's going well without Ted. Maybe Ted was the thing holding us back. There are only so many things you can do in a tiny bunker, so we thought, hey, why not play some games? They're not just for kids, you know. Okay. Day 10. Still going pretty well. We played Truth or Dare. When it turned out, we only kept asking questions, and the most common ones, are we gonna eat anything besides tomato soup? We decided that's enough games for now. Mary Jane is worried, or at least she's not saying so out loud. Timmy should eat, and Dolores is perfectly fine. There you go, let Timmy have some food. Dolores, good luck in the wasteland. Take that flashlight and do us proud. By Dolores, I mean Mary Jane. Get those two confused sometimes. Oh, Timmy, you're okay now. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back. Timmy should eat something. Timmy has rested. Dolores is doing quite well. Or she can't find anything to complain about today. Again, Ted's not here, so she really has nothing to complain about. We stumbled upon a weird signal when changing radio frequencies. We're pretty sure that behind the layers of terrible static and screams, we could hear a voice speaking in a foreign language. Oh dear, what if it's the Soviets? We should probably listen to it. But what about the children? Of course you're listening. Timmy's a big boy. He's been out in the apocalypse. Day 12. We were relieved at first when we figured out it wasn't Soviets we heard. Turned out it was Canadians, which isn't that much better. You hear that, Mega? You're no good than a dirty communist. Either way, they're foreigners, and we couldn't understand what they were saying. It's really so stupid. Timmy's very hungry. And he's eaten for like 3 or 4 days straight. Tell him to calm down. There you go, you little monster. Eating all our supplies. Sounds like Duchess. If there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when we... Never mind. The government people are coming. We should keep our eyes and ears open for any side from them. Alright, listen to the radio. I'll give the government a shot. They haven't steered me wrong. So next day. We knew it. The government has not fallen, and they're coming to save us. They didn't give exact dates in their radio transmission, but we're sure they won't keep us waiting long. They said they will be in touch in a couple of days and told us to await further instructions. I think he seems okay, as much as he can in this situation. If there's anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been. Right. And that means you're all good and you don't need food. It was never a good time to go out into the radioactive wasteland, but it seems this will become a necessity in this new world of ours. We thought it would be a good idea to make this happen sooner rather than later. They planned a trip outside. I already went on 2 expeditions outside. What are you all talking about? Before we could make a third step beyond the shelter doors, an unknown creature started growling at us in the darkness. We had only moments to decide what to do. We're gonna do nothing. And... no. Oh. Now I'm sad. Felt it was too risky to face whatever horror awaited in the shadow. You know what? I need to use the flashlight on it, don't I? Yeah, I think that's how that one plays out. We did what any sane person would do. We shut the door. The creature was gone the next morning. Timmy's doing good, and Dolores is fine. Cool. Survived 2 weeks so far. We heard something about supply drops on the radio. This just might be what we need to survive. And it's supposed to happen near our house. Shall we go out and find out if it's really happening? Nope, because we don't have a gas mask. was too dangerous to go out there without any protection, so we decided to stay indoors and listen to the radio. The static is so relaxing. We can't leave Timmy without water for too long. And Dolores needs stuff too. Well, Mary Jane isn't back yet, so I'm assuming we're okay to eat up all the supplies. Probably one less mouth to feed. During the night, we heard some suspicious sounds coming from behind our door. When we peeked out in the morning, we saw a leather suitcase. It has no address or name on it, but we're pretty sure it's meant for us. Should we open it? It's going so well, I don't know if I trust it. We're gonna say no. I don't trust it. Plus, we have plenty of supplies. Hey, Mary Jane's back. She brought an axe, but she broke the flashlight. And she brought more water and soup, it looks like. We have no idea who left this in. Nowadays, you can't trust anybody. We're not risking our lives for some of the supplies. They could be poisoned. We threw the gift away and quickly forgot about it. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. On the edge of town, there used to be a big parking lot. Now it looks more like a junkyard. Most vehicles are completely wrecked or burned down. We figured it was still worth checking out. Under the burnt remains of a picnic table, we found some bottled water. Those bottles were not in the best state, but their contents looked perfectly drinkable. It seems like the bomb interrupted someone's picnic. Thankfully, there were big fans of tomato soup, and the indestructible cans were scattered all around the parking lot. In a trunk or a wrecked car, we found a fine, sharp axe. That vehicle must have belonged to a lumberjack, or a serial killer, or perhaps both. Curses, our flashlight is out of service after that expedition. Mary Jane is starving. We better give her some food today, or else. Mary Jane is really tired. And the rest of them are okay. Alright, eat up, drink up. We had thought phone calls were a thing of the past after the atomic bomb obliterated everything in our little town. However, a phone booth on our street survived the bombing somehow. It seems it's ringing right now. We should send someone to answer it. Go get it, little Timmy. Day 17. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope they will get back to us. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is now safe with us. Mary Jane is hungry, and everyone else is fine. Eat! Nobody wants a skinny Mary Jane. Sure, we'll send Timmy back out into the horrors of life. What did that say? Dolores is pretty good shape. Sending Timmy outside is a bit risky, but he's eager to help. Maybe I shouldn't. I like how for Ted it's just an ellipses. It's horribly morbid. We stumbled upon the remains of an abandoned shanty town. Someone or something tore it down. Incidentally, in this rubble, we found a cat licking its paws nonchalantly, surrounded by blood and dismembered legs. With bored. As we made our way back to the shelter, the cat followed us. We can now hear its paws impatiently scratching our hatch. Should we let it inside? Of course! I think Ted's the only one who is allergic to it, so we're good. We lost a Ted, but we gained a cat. I mean, it's a fair trade. When we opened the hatch, the cat jumped in and marched around the whole shelter, sniffing all of us, every wall, corner, empty soup can, and piece of furniture. Finally, we picked a quiet place, sat down, and let out a deep sigh before taking a 12-hour nap. This collar had Sherikov's etched into it. What kind of name is that? Mary Jane's diet could use a little food, and everyone else is fine. Except for Dolores, she needs water. Yeah, let's feed everyone up. Alright, Dolores, I'm gonna trust you with the wasteland. I'll give you the axe. Mary Jane's quite hungry. Timmy is on his best behavior. How long will it last? And Dolores is out in the wilderness. Feed Mary Jane, obviously. We know very little about what's going on outside. It'd be a good idea to find out more, and maybe discover if anyone else made it to safety. The radio could help us with this. And we have just the device! Day 20. Is this the farthest I've ever gone? I'm not sure. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news! Followed outside it has mostly gone. It should be much safer to travel on the surface now. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter? But the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best of the situation. He even seems cheerful. Look at him staring at that cat. Is that why he looks up there to look at the cat? Interesting if that's the reasoning behind that. Timmy got back to the shelter from his expedition and looked fine. Turned out he had hurt his hand on a piece of rusty metal, and the wound was infected. It doesn't look like it's healing up. We have to patch it. Well, give him the med kit, obviously. Hey, here, kitty. What do you want, kitty? Using our first aid supplies was the obvious choice for getting Timmy back in shape. He's young and strong, so we have no doubts he'll recover soon. And everybody, let's Wawa. Alright, I'll water my children. Sugarcow seems to be fond of our checkerboard. His favorite game during sketches of extreme boredom and silence in the shelter is pushing the checker pieces off the table as he gazes intently at whoever happens to be sitting the closest. The sound of checkers hitting the floor every 10 seconds is getting on our nerves, and we're considering taking the game away. Should we let Sugarcow play with the checkers? Of course, let the cat be happy! He has a lot going on in his life, too. Ooh, Dolores is back. Ooh, you brought a padlock. Sugarcow really went to town on this poor checkerboard. It ate several pieces and scratched the board. It's basically unplayable now. Guess it's back to rock, paper, scissors, atom bomb as... rock, paper, scissors, atom bomb as our only entertainment. We're glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. If we had to pick our favorite day of the week, it would be Saturday. Before the bombing, Saturday was a time of relaxing and joy. Like bribing Mary Jane with cookies so she stopped playing the tuba, gossiping about the neighbors, and, of course, bowling. Looks like the bowling alley is still standing. Yabba dabba doo. Desperate times call for desperate measures, so we weren't surprised to see that someone placed water bottles instead of bowling pins at the end of the lane. We were sorry to ruin their setup, but we really needed that water. The venue had its own game room, where you could relax after running around with huge heavy balls. Most of the games were missing or damaged, but we found a decent checkerboard with almost all the pieces. Guaranteed hours of fun. So we lost the checkerboard and then instantly gained a new one. Beautiful. As soon as we entered, we went towards the shoe locker. No one should walk around on bowling lanes without proper footwear. We found the locker open and empty, but we managed to grab the padlock that it used to secure it. We returned from the expedition, but our axe didn't make it. Mary Jane is fatigued, despite the circumstances, and all the trouble we're going through. Timmy's being brave, and Dolores needs everything in the world. We'll feed him water, everyone. Why not? We got plenty of stuff. Good. Timmy's in good health, and we send him out. We were able to receive another message from the government. The military is preparing a rescue mission. They want all survivors to head to a specific location in the area, and then leave a sign that someone is still alive and kicking nearby. The problem is, they provided us with geographical coordinates, but we need a map to find out where we're supposed to be headed. Otherwise, it's just complete gobbledygook. Gobbledygook is a good word that I should use in my vocabulary more often. Day 23. We were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. Hopefully we'll get lucky next time. Mary Jane didn't cause any trouble today, and no trouble dared to cross her path. Timmy's doing good, and Dolores still needs food. Feed Dolores. Timmy, it's time to go to the wasteland, and not sending you out with anything. Good luck. Try not to die. You're a child, so you're probably essential, right? It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane today. Timmy went out to the wasteland, and Dolores still needs food. She's a hungry girl. Sugarcow sure can take care of itself, but we can't help but wonder how much of a self-made cat it is. It just so happens that we found an address on its collar. It's unlikely that its owner is still alive, and the trip to the wasteland is always risky. Should we go outside and check that address? That's an interesting one. I want to say yes. Give it a shot. I should have said no. Both of them are in bad shape. And Dolores is fine, but Sugarcow is gone. Interesting. Before we reached the end of our street, we were stopped by two men wearing dark coats and stylish hats. They rushed towards the cat to pick him up, saying they'd been looking for him for a while now. Supposedly Sherikoff belongs to an old lady who's rather fond of it and misses the little guy dearly. We shrugged and went back to our shelter. The cat didn't seem to care, so why should we? Good thing we didn't get too attached to it the last few days. And Mary Jane is thirsty, and so's Dolores. Well, we got plenty of water, so drink up. You'd expect a nuclear explosion would be enough to quench any petty arguments, but the future is not looking too pretty, and all you see is naked walls. Not much is necessary for an explosion. It happened. We started fighting like crazy. Well, Dolores and Mary Jane just need to remember that they're mother and daughter, and that there's no weapons in the shelter, so even if they wanted to kill each other, they couldn't. We're done fighting, but for how long? Well, see, that was easy. Easy to get over a little argument. Spiders seem to be, oh boy, operating under the assumption that they have all the same rights to the shelter as we do. They're everywhere and don't seem very scared of us. It's time we change that. Don't want any more spiders in our soup, no sir. Well, we have nothing to change that with, so let's hope we don't all die. Hey, Sherikoff's back. Who'll eat a spider? We decided we could get rid of those spiders with our bare hands, feet, and whatever other body parts we could use for lethal anti-spider attacks. Unfortunately, we've underestimated their chances. They're really fast. All we achieved was getting tired. Maybe we'll have more luck next time. Well, they probably started a synchronized dance against you, so you really didn't stand a chance. To our surprise, we found Sherikoff back at our shelter this morning. We're not exactly sure why or how it came back. Is it our good care it appreciates? Our kind hearts? Optimism? Or just our stockpile of soup cans? Only time will tell. And both the girls are really tired. But nothing else. You would expect the post-apocalyptic to be a time of peace and quiet since, you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. We open it up. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What the hell was that? Guess we'll give him a bottle of water. We do have plenty. Timmy could sink like a secret agent band, but that might not be enough to avoid banner raiders camped near our shelter. We could probably assume he isn't coming back. Welp, we lost Timmy. We explained politely that we didn't have a water chip, but we were happy to share some water with him. The man was visibly disappointed, but thanked us for the water. He even left us his gas mask. Odd. You lose a son, you gain a gas mask. That's how it goes in the post-apocalypse. You know, you just gotta be happy with it. Who needs stuff? They both need water. Well, another less mouth to feed. Hashtag, I don't know, girls club. I don't know if any of them are good enough to go outside. Today we found a letter from what seems to be other survivors. They claim they mean us no harm and wanted to get to know us better. They're asking to choose one person to represent us and come to a meeting tonight, unarmed. We're a bit worried, but they could be friendly. Should we go? Sure, we'll send our last child to possibly a dangerous encounter. We got a cat, and see, she's fine, just sleepy. It's true, it's all true. There really are others just like us. We arrived at the rendezvous unarmed and on time, and we were greeted by a friendly-looking group of survivors. They're being led by twins, a brother and a sister, who seem to be friendly enough. They asked us some questions and promised to stay in touch. And everybody's okay. We're not certain about the situation on surface. The trip could be risky. We can't really send anyone. Curiosity almost killed the cat. Sherikoff found a tiny wire sticking out from the ceiling and pulled it out. Plastic and debris fell on our table, topped with a big, meowing fur ball. What is this thing anyway? Nobody remembers it being there before. The cat might get angry if we take away the wire, so maybe it's best to leave it. Or should we examine that wire? I don't know which is which. We'll do the check mark? I don't know which options for which one. We found bolts, apparently. We followed the wire outside and found a half-burned-out truck with two surprised gentlemen inside, surrounded by an array of blinking bulbs. That's some space tech right there. Were they listening in on us in our very own shelter? Their feeble excuse about a roadside picnic didn't convince us. Even Timmy knows you can't have picnics here. Well, he used to know. He's gone now. And the car had no wheels. During one of its insane episodes at around 3 last night, Cherikov ran face first into the wall, causing a loose brick to fall out. Behind it was a cigar box with some ammunition inside. Thanks whoever left it there. I like how we have no idea who leaves half the crap inside our own shelter. And everybody's hungry. Sure. We'll feed both of you. Nobody's gonna go outside yet. The agents who were spying on us are now at the door and want to explain themselves. Should we hear them out? Sure! We officially last a single month in this game, and I'm pretty happy for that. They briefly waved some sort of ID cards in front of our faces, told us they're on a top-secret government mission. The wiretap wasn't to spy on us, but rather on a cat. It's suspected of being a Soviet agent. They're willing to let us into their super top-secret government safe house if we help them with some of their top-secret missions. They assured us that they'd contact us again with more details. Interesting. I mean, its name is Cherikov. It probably is a KGB agent, but I mean, it's probably part of the Ocelot group, let's be honest. And everybody's fine. Nope, still can't go outside. We're all horrible. Our hideout was approached by a man we didn't know. He claimed he used to be an accountant, but now he describes as a trader and a gambler. He offered us a card game for a bet of 2 water bottles. Shall we play? No, because we have no cards. What kind of gambler who uses card games as his form of gambling doesn't carry his own cards? Really, it's his fault. Gambling is a terrible habit. What kind of example is that to set the kids? Well, you mean kid. We need supplies, but we're not getting them like that. We'd sooner rob someone. Really? We sent that man away. Good riddance. It's always better when things are calm. Luckily, nothing new happened to Mary Jane, and Dolores has rested. Cool, that means Dolores can go out into the wasteland. Today, the music from the radio stopped abruptly, and instead we got to listen to a transmission from the army. We were almost halfway to the door when they started talking about evacuation, but it turns out there's something we need to do first. All survivors were asked to leave a sign that we're alive somewhere in the area. Yeah, the exact location was given in geographical coordinates. We need a map to establish where that is. Again? The same thing? Still don't have a map. Still screwed. Why is Dolores tired again? We were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. I guess that's why they tried to find the location just by blindly going outside. Alright, we'll water everyone. I can still send Dolores out there. But I'll try to play it safe. Day 34! And everybody's doing fine. This is telling me she's in good shape, so I guess I'll trust the journal. How about that lake we've been going to for the past few years? It would be good to find ourselves there, far away from all this madness. Swim a little, maybe take a boat ride. Even if this whole place turned into Adamville. Look at Cherikov sleeping up there. What a cute little boy. Hopefully the time to leave will come soon. And everybody's doing fine. Alright, Dolores. We'll give you the gas mask and wish you luck. Day 36. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Getting something to drink for Mary Jane sounds like the right idea. Mary Jane has rested. Well, let's feed and water her. It's very important to prepare for unforeseen consequences when you don't see them coming. Well, they are unforeseen by definition, so that doesn't make a lot of sense. We can't say we were prepared for what happened. Oh boy. Dwelling in the past is not wise in our current situation. We need to think of it today and tomorrow. The wasteland is full of surprises, like this man on the other side of our door, knocking and claiming that he is willing to offer a lot for decent ammunition. Shall we trade? Sure. We don't have a gun to fire it anyways. Hi, Sherikov. Little cat, you. You gave us a single can of soup for bullets. I wouldn't say that's a lot to trade. Our visitor was happy to get some ammunition. In return, he offered us rations. It wasn't much, but something is always better than nothing. And Mary Jane is still doing wonderfully. Our friends are back. The twins managed to find a spot that would do pretty well as a camp for their group. Everything was going well until the workers got into a fight with a raider band. It's very important for the group to finish the camp fast. But they're injured. Or not able to work. They're asking if we have any spare meds that could help them take care of their patients. I'm still learning how to read, and I don't have any medications. So, we're doing bad on all fronts. If only we could help them, we most definitely would. We understand and admire their plan to build a camp, but sadly they will have to find help somewhere else. And Mary Jane is thirsty. Always thirsty with this girl. When we heard a knock on the door this morning, we held our breath in fear, but we soon heard children's voices coming from outside. We decided to open it up. Turned out the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. Alright, this used to sell cookies, but they have branched out and now they offer other items too. Smart girls. They will give me a med kit for the checkers, and I think that is a very good trade. Day 40! The girls were very kind and their prices were more than fair, so we gladly accepted their offer. How very clever of them to keep their business alive, even after the apocalypse. We're impressed. And Mary Jane's still doing fine. No sign of Dolores yet, though, which is a little concerning. How about that lake we've been going to for the past few years? It would be so good to find ourselves there, far away from all this. We've already written that one down. We're losing our mind. Do we have to take care of ourselves, or will someone come to our rescue? Probably have to take care of yourselves. Hear that? No? Someone is talking. Not a word and out. Mary Jane is currently by herself, so unless she's talking to Sherikov, I'd be concerned if she was talking. But sure, we'll let her listen to the radio. And if she breaks it, we're sending her out to the wasteland to die. Dolores is back! How fortunate we took the radio with us. We could probably listen to some music. They still play music out there, don't they? We were glad to see Dolores come back safe from the wasteland, and she didn't break the gas mask. So proud of her. Our need for entertainment took us to the local cinema. Fortunately, so I send her out to go find supplies, and she goes watch a movie. Disappointment. Fortunately, the theater is still standing, including at least one cinema hall. We went in, hoping to scavenge something, or at least find some fill posters. We recognized the sign on the food stand sticking from between the rubble. We were hoping to find some popcorn. There was none, but the tomato soup dispenser was still working. Yay! They have a tomato soup dispenser. Alright. The cinema had a strict policy of not bringing your own drinks into the movie hall. Seems like somebody broke the rules a little. We found a lot of bottles in the last row of the hall. Some were even full. Under one of the seats we found a deck of cards. It must have been a really boring movie if someone felt they needed to bring a game to the screening. And we'll feed and water everyone, because we're still perfect on supplies. See, we should kill Ted more often. Mary Jane is feeling excellent. That means we're sending her out into the horrible apocalypse. Today the music stopped. Yada yada yada. The government still wants us to find that location, but we still don't have a map. So, we're still out of luck. We were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. Yada yada. Eat more food. Mary Jane, good luck. Mary Jane went outside, and Dolores hasn't eaten anything. I'll eat up! Just chug those cans of soup. The cat's been staring intently at her supplies all day. Its eyes are piercing. You practically feel the tension rising in our shelter, as well as the sense of danger. This must be how cats communicate that it's time to eat. Should we share some supplies with our furry friend? Well, why not? Can cats eat tomato soup? I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be harmful, but I wondered. The little devil utterly devoured the whole can in less than 60 seconds. That's the title of the game. Roll credits. And left nothing behind, not even a drop. After that, it took a long, peaceful nap. At least it won't bother us for a while now. Everything seems okay with Dolores. Knock knock. The sound always surprises and confuses us. It can mean anything good or bad, but we're always curious. Should we open the door? Well, why not? Day 46. We didn't die yet. Oh, well, Dolores is sick. A group of travelers wearing gas masks and carrying some serious-looking equipment gave us purified water. Before we could thank them, turned away and left. Opening that hatch was a bit risky. It seems it gave us some awful sickness. That coughing is driving us crazy. Well, luckily for Dolores, we have a medkit. Some door-to-door salesman found his way to our shelter. We remembered him from before the apocalypse. He came over with a bunch of leaflets and tried to convince us to join something called Astro Citizen. But we refused. Now he just wants supplies, and he says he will reveal some state secrets to us in return. What do I have more of? I have more water. I'll give him water. Yay, we healed Dolores. We were generous, so we shared our supplies with him. He tried to make us believe that America was a working space station in orbit. What? Or rather had, since according to that guy, it exploded when the bombs dropped. How convenient. Working space station? What a joker. He was probably so hungry and dehydrated, his brain started playing tricks on him. I'm concerned for that individual. Our supplies are scarce and our morale is low. You can almost smell the desperation of this shelter. I'm pretty sure there's a small group of survivors nearby, mostly old folks from the retirement home. It shouldn't be hard to borrow some of the supplies. We're old anyways, and we need them more, right? I'm doing wonderful on supplies. I don't know what the game's trying to lie to us about. We're no bandits. Sure, we need supplies, but not at the cost of others. We won't bother those people. A man who takes canned tomato soup from another is not worthy to taste that soup. Let's just hope that everybody else out there is as decent as our family. Our friends are back. The twins managed to find a safe spot, and they got hurt again. Well, that's unfortunate because Dolores was literally dying from illness. Yay, Mary Jane's back, and she's not dead. I think she brought more water. If only we could help them, yeah. Nothing made us happier than Mary Jane coming back. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Only a handful of buildings in our town survived the last wave. One of them was the local bus station. It used to be the central hub for bums and vagabonds in the area, but now it just stands there empty. We decided it's worth checking out, hoping someone left a few soup cans behind. Our local athletics team was preparing to depart for a championship taking place somewhere in the Boondocks. Their bus was full of refreshing water and spare shoes. Unfortunately, none of them were a match for us, so we just took all the water bottles. Mary Jane's starving. She's really tired. Let us feed and water our family, and move on to the next day. Using a high-tech setup involving paper cups and yards of string, the agents rang in with our next top-secret mission that will surely land us in the VIP bunker soon. And was to go on one successful expedition and write down what we saw in the journal. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? I guess we'll send Dolores. Day 50. Oh, Dolores didn't come back immediately. That's concerning. Okay. We graciously agreed to fulfill their requests. They thanked us for doing our civic duty and promised that they should be back with more information soon. Mary Jane's still hungry, and Dolores is on the surface. There's a man on our doorstep, says he wants to be our friend. At least that's what he says. He looks harmless, although he seems to have acquired an extra pair of arms as a result of some weird mutation. He assures us we will not get sick and asks for our help. If we could provide him and his group of friends with some supplies, they would repay us by helping us fight off the next raiding party. That comes our way. Should we accept this offer? I mean, he has multiple arms. Surely he can take down any bandit. I say we help him. See, and we didn't even get sick. Whether it was pity or just fear of the bandits, we're not sure. But in the end, we agreed to his terms. We'll be calmer knowing that someone else is looking out for us, especially someone with so many arms. See, the game understands. It gets me. It's difficult to keep our spirits up in this situation. We do hope this whole mess will be over soon, or else we might end up in a place much worse than this cozy shelter. Like Canada. Hey, Doris is back. And she looks injured. It's hard not to worry, considering our current situation. Some days we're still struggling to deal with the shelter life. We can't lose hope. That recon mission was risky business. We had to visit neighborhoods that were dicey even the best of times. The area was full of mutated cats and dogs fighting each other in gangs. All of them armed to the teeth. We barely made it out of there alive, but the agents seemed to appreciate our efforts. Let's hope these missions are actually worth it. Our bucket is just about due for an upgrade, and we're expecting the government shelter to have an excellent bathroom. Maybe even a hot tub. Mary Jane's diet could use some food, and Dolores was hurt. I would heal her if I could. Dolores is confident she'll survive out there, though. Hell, I'll give her a shot. And the army still wants us to set up that signpost, but we still don't have a map. Alright, let's see what happens here. We were sure we could find the location without a map. We were wrong. Hopefully we'll get lucky next time. It's telling me Dolores is still hurt. I don't trust sending her out there. Especially since we're on day 54 and that's the longest I've ever been in this game. Mary Jane says she's fine and doesn't need anything. Dolores is fine and well, as much as anyone can be fine and well in this tiny shelter. It's still telling me she's to be sent for that expedition. How about that trip to Nevada we've been postponing for a while? Maybe we should go there. That's the first stop after we get out of here. That is a fun place. Maybe moving away won't be too bad. We could probably make new friends, meet new people. Provided anyone is still alive, that is. And we'll feed and water everyone. Dolores, I'll give you a shot. Good luck out there. There isn't anything new bothering Mary Jane, and Dolores is outside. If Sherikov considers our shelter its home now, we might as well try to get along. We could too try... Game? Got a spelling mistake there. Got a spelling mistake. Telling your English teacher. We could try to carry it around and pet it on the head. All cats like a good pet. Sherikov should hopefully be no exception. Otherwise, any attempt to touch the cat could lead to untimely deaths. Should we try to play with him? decisions. I mean, even if he is friendly, he could still try to kill you if you play with him. But it's playing with a cat, so it's worth it. Day 57. This cat escaped our warm, friendly embrace and jumped to the other side of the shelter, knocking a water bottle off of the shelf in the process. It shattered and left a dirty puddle, as if to remind us of the questionable choices that led us here. Alright. Clearly, we're trustworthy after our last successful mission. As the agents came back with another request, we were to generously provide either a couple cans of soup or some water bottles for an agent in the field. They'll take care of the delivery, and in return will be given an encouraging pat on the back and the promise of a better future in a safe government shelter. Well, I can't give them either, so too bad. Day 58. We're not giving them anything, at least not this time. And Mary Jane is thirsty. The twins are back and they need our help. Still don't have that medkit for them, so piss off. Hey, Dolores is back. And she finally brought the map, but we lost the gas mask. But it looks like we gained some bug spray, so we're doing well. If only we could help them, we most definitely would. We understand and admire their plan to build a camp. Sadly, they will have to find help somewhere else. We're glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's hope this doesn't happen again. The majority of the local gas station was destroyed. Gasoline reserves blew up too, and probably did more damage than the atomic bomb. The only thing left intact was the cashier's booth, along with some cars and the gas price board. Or not, prices are still growing every day. Huh? A few water bottles were scattered around in the cashier's booth. None of the explosions damaged them. Though, it is funny how that pipe shadow got burned into the wall. Lord. Some of the cars had a map inside of it. One of the cars had a map inside of it. After pursuing the chart, we noticed a label which read, "Time Machine Hidden Here." A big red X? Marks the spot. I'm assuming that's an X. Looks more like a Y. You stumbled upon a half-eaten sandwich in the cashier's booth and some bug spray. Damn it, her gas mask was damaged during the expedition. And Dolores just needs to be fed and watered. And nobody's well enough to go outside. You maniacs blew it up, yada yada yada, the barbecue. Day 60. Who knows? Maybe the new world will offer new opportunities and it won't be that bad. It's telling me Mary Jane's ready for another go outside. It's terrible. Can't sleep. We've been having problems with sleeping ever since we got down here. It's been 2 months and only now you're understanding you have problems sleeping? But now it's worse than ever. If we don't deal with this problem, we won't be able to cope with any other challenges that await us outside these shut doors. Well, you know, you're just gonna have to deal with it. Day 61. Bravely ignoring our symptoms, we tried to get at least an hour or two of sleep. No luck. We're even more tired than we were, and there are other problems we still need to face soon. Let's just hope our yawning will be enough to scare raiders away or save us from radiation sickness. And everybody is tired and thirsty. And nobody can go outside now because Mary Jane doesn't understand how sleep works. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Other than that, everybody's doing good. We're able to receive another message from the government. Finally, we can do the coordinates thing because we have a map. Hopefully, it's a good idea. A quick glance at the map gave us all the information we required. We left them a message in a bottle. Mary Jane seems fine and Dolores seems good. Nobody still could go outside though. The agents visited us in the middle of the night to remind us about the request to provide either a few soup cans or a few water bottles for their colleague in the field. If we do help them, we might get one step closer to a cozy government shelter. I still don't have anything to give them. So they're gonna have to deal with it. Oh, did they take the cat? Perhaps we can help them another day, when we feel more up to the task. Did they need anything? Yeah, they need water. Which I have plenty of, but I don't have a lot of soup. Well, outside we found something resembling a fridge. We carried it eagerly to our shelter, thinking it would make for a useful addition to it, and a way to turn our room temperature tomato soup into delicious ice cold tomato soup. Ew. Who eats cold tomato soup? That's not a thing. Stop being weird. Excited, we pressed a bunch of buttons, trying to find the combination that makes our cold happen. While we were distracted, the cat ran past us and slid into the appliance. We tried luring it out, but it seems intent on staying in it. There are worse uses for a broken fridge than a cat house. Oh, see you later, Sherikoff. The end? What? 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 I'm... okay. We've been exiled from our home and overwhelmed by the sheer number of the furry beasts, unable to fight them for even one more drop of soup. Their claws and teeth are just too sharp for our soft flesh. We'll have to try our luck elsewhere. We will miss the shelter life. Hope the little bastards are happy in our home. We survived for 65 days. We got overrun by cats? Well, alright then. I mean, that's probably how we're all gonna die anyways. You were driven away! I had 9 out of 10 successful expeditions. That's interesting. Whew. Well, that was a long episode. And that is where we shall end it for this episode. Surprised I got defeated by a bunch of cats. But, yeah, now. It's how these things happen. Thank you all for watching. And as always, good night. Enjoy. Be with you all.